Hello, everybody. This is Beryl from BBK Mentoring. Today we're here to talk about pricing and pricing products and why people choose to make it a bigger deal than it actually is. They blow things up and how their mind gets in the way of the things that they are trying to achieve as within their companies. So, a little bit about me. I'm Beryl. I'm a crazy creative business person, loves helping crazy creative businesses get started, make money, move forward. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm passionate about. And the second thing I'm passionate about is my dear old pen. I teach you how to use the pen to remove the words that are getting you stuck, creating overwhelm, creating a hiccup or a do loop in your brain. Anyway, let's get started. Let's talk about pricing products. I'm going to be looking down at some notes because I don't want to miss anything. So the first thing we've got, most people think about with pricing products is they easily think about the product-based item. So to me, product-based pricing is much easier than service-based item pricing. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown and then we're going to concentrate a lot more on the service-based product because I'm running a workshop in 4 weeks in the middle of November to take people through the steps of how to price their service-based product, how to create wealth, how to create worth, because what you sell is worth money. I won't even tell you how many thousands and thousands of dollars I've spent just to get educated. To get a master's in graphic communication alone cost me about $25,000. And then I also have another degree in business management, and I have another degree. And as these all add up, for me to become an expert in what I consider I'm an expert is it's cost a lot of money. So you cannot recoup that all back in one go, but you have to understand your worth. So with pricing, product pricing, you need to do some market research. You need to know your customers, number 1. You need to know your competitors, which is number 2. If you're trying to sell a $2 thing and you're trying to sell it for $3,000, I'm sorry, you're not going to succeed. That is black and white. I'm not gonna balderdash around. I'm not gonna put, pretty little things and stuff on it and say, hey, this is what it's all about. I'm going to say, hey, this is just black and white. If you're selling a $2 shop item, you cannot sell that $2 shop item for $1,000 unless you have changed its specifications, increased its quality. You've done all the things to make it a more high-end product. You've used high-end, say it's a handbag, and you've used high-end leather or those sorts of things. These are some of the things you have to think about. Also with product pricing, it is determine your costs. How much did that piece of leather cost you? How much did the person that cut that piece of leather out take per hour? How much are you charging per hour? How much cotton did you use? How much glue did you use? Are there zips in it? Pricing product comes down to very much breaking down every part. Because I'm not going to be covering this very completely, book appointment with me, with Beryl at bbkmentoring.com.au, and I'll help you break down every item of that product. So you need to determine your pricing strategy when you've got a product-based price. The markup, the margin, the keystone pricing, something you don't want to go any smaller. Value-based pricing, because that's the market you're after, or manufactured the manufactured recommended price. If you buy an Apple product, I'm on an Apple phone, if you buy an Apple product, they don't discount their products. So the manufacturer, Apple, is determining how much this phone's going to cost for people. So now, let's get to the little things that I wanted to get to today. And this is what my workshop's going to be about. We're going to really delve in, and it's going to be on Zoom, and we're going to have a lot more interaction so that you can ask me questions as we're going along. I was in a mastermind meeting last week, and these are the questions that were coming out at me last week saying, can you include this? And can you include this? But because we could talk backwards and forwards, it made it so much easier. It makes it easier for me because we're having a conversation. So this is how I work with my clients. This is when I work with my one-on-ones. I work this way so that we make sure we're on the same page. Now, I've got a quick 6-step guide, and then if you want to know more, you're going to have to join me on November 16, I think is the date. I will put it down in the chat, and sign up at bbkmentoring.com.au and leave your email address, and I'll notify you when the final date has been confirmed. Now, the number one on the list is, for a service-based product, is calculate your costs. You have direct costs and you have indirect costs. A direct cost is going to be what do you charge hourly? Are you online, etc., etc. Indirect costs are, this phone costs money. For me to run this phone, I need that. That's a cost. This is a business cost. Rent. Okay, I own my house, but I still pay rates on this building. So therefore, yes, the building, very, very, very important. Utilities, gas, electricity, water, all cost money. Equipment, this phone may, heaven forbid, I may drop it in a toilet or something, or drop it in the loo. How many people have heard that? I tried to bounce mine one year off the edge of Sydney Harbour, and as it bounced towards the edge of the water, I'm going, there goes my phone. And it sat on the edge and went ding, 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 and I grabbed it really quickly. But that would have been an additional cost that I would not have wanted to expend. You've got computers, printers, you've got insurance costs, indirect labour. My VA has to, excuse me, my VA, I have to pay for my VA. She does a lot of work for me. That is what it's all about. So that is an indirect cost because she's not doing the job, but she is behind me doing my PDFs, doing my postings, all the things that are necessary for me to keep growing as a business. So we've got marketing and advertising. I have another girl that helps me with my marketing and advertising. I cannot know everything in here. I specialize in what I specialize in, and marketing and advertising, I can tell you the content to write, but I'm not an advertising guru. It's not something that I'm good at. So it's not something that I'm actually interested in. I want to pass it on. So what else have we got? So, and I've just noticed all my signs, apologies, they're all backwards because I'm on my phone. Look at your market. If you want to, say, sell painting online, you cannot, and you want to do it as a membership, the membership probably between $30 and $50 a month, as long as you did it for every week on all those months and things like that. Yes, there's other things where you might be just selling a quick service and you may not be able to charge more than $10 a month. Whereas coaching, business coaching, is much more expensive. People like I've forgotten his name. People like Tony Robbins. That's the name I should have written his name down. He charges thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for you to do one of his workshops. So you have to find where you fit into the market and where you can price yourself. These are the things that we will break down in our workshop, in my workshop, when you come live with me. DM me and give me your email address, and I'll put you on the waiting list for you to join part of my workshop. So you need to know your customers. If you've got a $2 product and you try to sell for $1,000, it's not going to work. I know for a fact, because I'm a textile artist, that some people are only prepared to pay a small amount for textile art, and some people are allowed to pay a large amount. I don't go for the budget people because it takes me hours. It's not just the time. So an example is when I run a workshop, first off, I get all the product, then I set up the table, then I set up Zoom, because we're doing everything over Zoom now. Then I set up all these things all in a row so that everything can work. Then I do 2 hours. Then after that, I've pre-recorded the Zoom conference, then I've got to email it all out, then I've got to contact people and say, are you happy, and etc., etc. That all takes time. So know your customers. Whereas for business coaching, they know I do all that, and so they know that that's where they're getting charged the money. That's just interesting. Time invested. Every hour I spend online, I spend probably 3 hours offline. So to prepare somebody for a business meeting, I will make sure I've got all my notes. I always have my notes written like so. Even for a business meeting, I make sure that I've got everything A to Z, or Z as the Americans say, and we move to these sorts of things within so within, when I'm doing, I lost my train of thought, sorry about that. A fair profit margin. Don't overcharge, but don't undercharge. You've still got hidden costs. You've still got to pay your electricity bill, your gas bill. In my case, I've got to feed my dogs. All those sorts of things cost money. And another thing, the number 6 on there is you have to charge. How are you going to charge? Are you going to charge per project? That didn't come out very well. Or are you going to charge per hour? I charge both ways. Some people want it per hour, some people want it per project. For per project, I have to make sure I have buffer in there so that I can do these sorts of things. Now, here's a little pro tip for you beautiful people out there that are watching me live, or hashtag replay if you see me on the replay. Knowing your costs is not just start that again. Knowing your costs is just the start. You need to make your costs break even. You need to know your break even cost. To have Zoom, it costs money. To have all these different things, to have subscriptions for not for Facebook, for Photoshop, Illustrator, all those all cost money. This is know your costs down to the break even amount. So this was just a quick 6-step guide. Join me in November for my workshop on pricing your product. So this will be a services-based workshop, and we'll use my famous whiteboard, and we will break down all the hidden costs, all the different things you need to think about, how you price yourself, and also we'll have some live chat going. So anyway, this is Beryl from BBK Mentoring. If you're watching me on YouTube, please love me, share me, like me, and subscribe to me. I have got lots of information in this wee little head of mine. And if you're watching this on replay on Facebook, thank you very much. Oh, well, thank you on YouTube too. And join me on Thursday as we delve in a little bit more about the mindset around pricing your product and why people are too scared to do it. Anyway, see you on Thursday for a little bit of mindset training. Love to you all. I choose. I'm going to turn up here every week just for you. What do you choose to do today? Anyway, this is Beryl signing off. Love to you all. Bye.